Ria TV, True FM.
Say Ria TV, True FM.
On Ria TV,
into True FM 96.1.
What's the meaning of the black barrel?
The black barrel is hotel.
Dex for the 5 minutes of news for the News and Current Affairs Department here at the Renaissance Communications Incorporated. Today is Tuesday, December 17, 2024. My name is Johnson Gbarntolmah Edwin. In the headlines, one of the commissioners of the Independent National Commission on Human Rights, Anthony Mohammed, formally received his freedom clear on allegations of sexual assault and harassment. The leadership of the Liberian Senate vowed to set up a specialized committee to investigate the fluctuation in the charges of data and voice calls, debates over reduction of the fees. Presidential aide to former President George Myean, Sekou Damaro, others spent their first night at the Monrovia Central Prison in connection to Tuesday protests as Police Inspector General Gregory Common discloses the arrest of 70 individuals who are connected to the protests who are on ongoing investigation. And away from Liberia, the West African Regional Bloc ECOWAS approves the withdrawal of 3 countries ruled by military, but offered a 6-month grace period for them to reconsider. This plus many more sports, the news summary are all packaged on today's edition of the program News Desk. We'll take a break to be back.
Ria TV, True FM.
Say Ria TV, True FM.
On Ria TV,
into True FM 96.1.
what's the meaning?
Edwin Battaforyen, who will read for us the news bulletin. Good evening.
Good evening, Johnson Gbarntolmah. Good evening, everyone. Members of the Senate have debated over the reduction of the fees changes both on data and voice calls by GSM. The Senate deliberation was triggered by huge public outcry over recent fluctuations in the usage of both data and voice call. The senators' separate statements termed the situation as alarming and troubling and need national government immediate intervention. The senators also want clarity over what informs the decision of both the GSM companies and the Liberia telecommunication and reduction of voice and data fees. The Senate leadership have vowed to set up a specialized committee to investigate and report to plenary within 1 week. Stay at the Liberian Senate. The Senate has confirmed several officials' appointments at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Liberia Justice Enforcement Agency, and the Ministry of National Defense. Those confirmed include Ambassador Tico Yolot, Ambassador Designate France, Guy Pogba, Deputy Director for Administration, and Sebastian Farr, Deputy Director for Operations, both at the Liberia Justice Enforcement Agency. At the same time, Madam Merlin Daniel Dennings was also confirmed as Assistant Minister for Administration at the Ministry of National Defense. 22 senators during the reading of the communications on the confirmation of those appointed by President Joseph Boakai voted in favor of the nominees. The committee communication was read by the Deputy Chief, Madam Genevieve Masakwe. Former President A. Sekou Kalasko and 10 others are spending their first night at the Monrovia Central Prison in connection to Tuesday protests that went blooded in Monrovia. Defendant Kalasko and others, according to RCA judicial correspondent, were forwarded to the Monrovia City Court for multiple offenses, including routine and disorderly conduct. The court's document accused defendant Kalasko and 10 others of going beyond the intent of their protest and resulted into destroying people's property. Our judicial correspondent said that defendants' offenses are bearable, but the failure of their lawyers to secure valid criminal appearance bond led to the former presidential aide and others been sent to the Monrovia Central Prison for pending court trial. Several persons have been made homeless after fire early Tuesday morning gutted a 7-bedroom house on Dirabo Street in Monrovia. The building, according to reports, was containing over 15 occupants and valued at $50,000. The owner of the house, Reverend Rudin Marshall, who is also the senior pastor of the Ebenezer United Methodist Church on Lane Street, narrated that one of his cousins in the apartment raised alarm that the fire and wanted assistance. Speaking in an interview with reporters at the scene, Reverend Marshall added that as they were trying to assist him quench the fire, they discovered that the fire has taken over the building. According to Reverend Marshall, when they sought the intervention of the fire service, the water pump on the fire service truck was experiencing problem, and they decided to call for a truck from LPRC. But the entire building at that time, all their belongings in the house were burned to ashes because it took the LPRC fire truck almost an hour before it arrived at the scene. The government of Liberia has refuted claims made by some media entities on the use of live bullets during Tuesday protests on Capitol Hill. Speaking Tuesday at MICA regular press briefing, Information Minister Jeremiah Pierre said no live bullets were fired during the protest staged by some Liberians around the Capitol building on Tuesday, as reported by some media outlets. Minister Pierre noted that the government is aware and based on briefing from the Joint Security Law Enforcement Forces employ only non-lethal force to disperse protesters who were blocking the free flow of vehicle traffic and movement, not hailing police instructions on the Capitol bypass main road around the seat of the National Legislature. He meanwhile noted that the government fully respects the rights of citizens to protest. As such, their action must be exercised without violating the rights of others. Minister Pierre reaffirmed government commitment to protecting the peace, lives and properties of citizens and residents alike, and calls on the public to go about their normal activities. In a related development, Police Inspector General Gregory Coleman has disclosed the arrest of 70 individuals who are currently undergoing police investigation by the Liberia National Police. According to RG Coleman, the individuals were arrested during the Tuesday protest on Capitol Hill, adding that people are being investigated and will subsequently be tried and sent to court. RG Coleman dispelled rumors of police brutality against peaceful citizens, emphasizing that the LNP provided the maximum protection for protesters. He lamented that at no time did the police use any lethal weapons or live bullets at protesters, challenging individuals to show evidence. Civil Service Agency Director General Josiah Joker has disclosed items inherited by the George Weah-led government. Speaking Tuesday at MICA regular press briefing in Monrovia, the CSA director said his leadership took over the CSA with 67,746 workforce and an average monthly wage bill of US $23.5 million, adding that the workforce was predominated in inefficient and unproductive with ghost names, double dippers, mismatched names, and individuals who abandoned their jobs but still receive salaries. According to him, the bank balance were 191 USD and already 10,200 that was not fitting redress to give civil servants due process or justice and fairness, subjecting them to inhuman treatment and unwarranted dismissal, suspensions, and issuance of warning letters. He noted that employees were demotivated and had low morale, and the workforce was characterized by infinite irregularities and gross disappearances, accounting for the unproductive nature of government spending entities. He meanwhile outlined challenges faced by the CSA, which he remains steadfast focused and collected as the goal of providing in peaceable service to all spending entities of the government. The Ministry of Defense has disclosed the construction of a new building that will host the ministry at the Barclay Training Center by the end of 2025. Defense Minister retired Major General George Johnson, making the disclosure Tuesday, expressed amazing that the facility is expected to host the ministry by this December 2025. Minister George Johnson made the revelation during the lighting of the Christmas lights at the Ministry of Defense in Monrovia. Retired Major General thanked the Defense Ministry family and the High Command of the Armed Forces of Liberia for their cooperation. The program was held at the BTC and was graced by senior officials of the Ministry of Defense and top of the Armed Forces of Liberia. A pro-female organization, Book Before Boys, has donated large quantity of sanitary pads and cartons of copy books to students of the C. Williams Bronschkin Elementary School on Front Street in Monrovia. Speaking during the presentation ceremony, the country director of the Book Before Boys, Mustafa Sherman, said the presentation of the sanitary pad and copy books is the institution's way of celebrating the organization's 5th anniversary. Sherman thanked the administration of the C. Williams Bronschkin Elementary School for helping to mold the minds of youth in the country over the years. Receiving the items, the principal of the C. Williams Bronschkin, Shirley Matthews, thanked the Book Before Boys for the donation and assured the organization that the items will be used for their intended purpose. Matthews used the occasion to appeal to other organizations to assist the institution in giving the students the necessary education. A commissioner of the Independent National Commission on Human Rights has been cleared on allegation of sexual assault and harassment. Anthony Muhammad Famulet was vindicated by the Liberia National Police following a month-long investigation. The police investigation, according to RCR judicial correspondent, was triggered by Madam Beatrice Wisse, an employee of the same institution. Madam Wisse accused Commissioner Famulet in 2023 of sexually harassing her by playing with her runway during their institution annual event in Monrovia. But the police cleared Commissioner Mohammed Famulet in communication dated on December 2, 2024. The police investigation report claimed that following a careful analysis of the witness accounts, including victim Beatrice Wisse and Commissioner Mohammed Famulet, no element established probable cause to hold the commissioner of the crime in question. President Joseph Yuma Boyka has extended congratulations to His Highness Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, Emir of the State of Qatar, and through him to the government and people of the State of Qatar on their historic occasion marking the celebration of that country's National Day on December 18, 2021. That's 2024. According to Foreign Ministry release, President Boyka stated that as the people of Qatar celebrate this historical day, he applauds the long-lasting ties of friendship sustained between Liberia and Qatar that will be further strengthened for the betterment of the two countries and peoples. The Liberian leader added that it is his desire that bilateral relations will continue to grow from strength to strength for the benefit of mutual cooperation in agriculture, rules, the rule of law, education, and tourism. He then extends his best wishes for His Highness personal well-being and the people of Qatar continued peace, prosperity, and progress in the years ahead. And away from Liberia, leaders of the West African regional group in ECOWAS have approved the withdrawal of 3 countries ruled by the military from the bloc, but have offered a 6-month grace period for them to reconsider. Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger plan to withdraw from ECOWAS in January after refusing the bloc demand to restore democratic rule. The 3 departing countries were founding members when ECOWAS was established in 1975 to improve economic and political integration in West Africa. So this is a huge blow to what was Africa's most developed trade grouping. Citizens of all ECOWAS countries currently have the right to live and work in all member states while goods can circulate freely. ECOWAS has not yet said whether it will impose restrictions on people and goods coming from the three departing states who have formed a new grouping, the Alliance of Shared States. The ECOWAS Commission in Abuja have been mandated to work out such issues and how the two blocs should work together in the future. That's it for the news bulletin. It's back to you, Johnson Gbarntolmah.
Via TV, True FM.
In Via TV, True FM.
On Myean TV.
Into Truth FM 96.1.
What's the meaning of the black barrier?
The black barrier is to tell Joseph Bakala, if you don't organize yourself in a grateful manner, we'll take your data like
You might say what you want to say, but for us, we are here to make sure we build our country, that we are respected. We have donors that are coming because of the confidence.
News Summary at 12. My name is Hansen the represent.
Welcome to News and Analysis 30 minutes of news presentation about Liberia, Africa, and our one world.
Presenting this newscast is proudly sponsored by Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited.
One of the commissioners of the Independent National Commission on Human Rights, Anthony Mohamed Famule, receives his freedom cleared on allegations of sexual assault and harassment. Let's look at our first development on the program. The government of Liberia has refuted claims made by some media institutions on the use of live bullets during Tuesday protests on Capitol Hill. Speaking Tuesday at MICAT regular press briefing, Information Minister Jeremy Kipia said no bullets or no live bullets were fired during the protest staged by some Liberians around the Capitol building on Tuesday.
Different groupings in our country. Some have vowed that they will protest. Some have used media platforms to openly call for the overthrow of the current government. We follow well as the government, we listen, we watch. But most importantly, we are running a democratic government in the respect for the rights of our citizens is paramount. Even though we realize that some of the individuals taking these actions are looking for scenarios where they could be the heroes and assure the information that they would like to action us. But at the same time, we are sure that our fundamental responsibility as a government to protect lives and property will not be compromised and will be upheld all of it. Liberia has been at peace. Liberians want and desire peace. And that peace that they need is even more important during this holidays, during this period of celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ. An icon that we know to be a symbol of peace. And at the point that we have interest in having a peaceful celebration of Christmas. So we should be asking ourselves, why are there some in society who are bent on making a season meant for peace to be a season of peace? So we have to look beyond what their motives are. Like I said, the intent of some of them, they will still very outrageous thing, like calling by the government and believing that you run after them the next second. All of a sudden, they are some star or you passing around. But they can be assured that beyond the things they say with their mouths, there's a government that is in charge and that will do whatever it takes legally to be peaceful and safe. So we can assure our people that we can focus on going about the local businesses. And the government, the children that is in charge of the country will ensure their safety and will protect their peace.
He is Information Minister Jeremy Kipia there speaking. In a related development, Police Inspector General Gregory Coleman had disclosed the arrest of 70 individuals who are currently on ongoing investigation at the Liberia National Police. According to RG Coleman, the individuals were arrested during the Tuesday protest on Capitol Hill, but we hope to bring you that episode in our broadcast. Let's bring you this development on the program. Civil Servants Agency Director General Josiah Jukai that is close after inherited by the George Weah-led administration. Speaking Tuesday at Mika regular press briefing, Director Jokai said his administration took over the CSA with 667,700 workforce and an monthly average of 23.5 million. Let's listen to him as he speaks more.
With a workforce of 67,746 and an average monthly wage bill of 23.5 million. The workforce was predominantly inefficient, unproductive, with post-names, double dippers, mismatched names, and individuals who abandoned their jobs but still received salaries. The bank balances of the CSA United dollar was $101, and the LRD Nigerian dollar component was $10,200. There was no fitting redressal to give civil servants due or justice and fairness, subjecting them to inhumane treatments and unwarranted dismissals, suspensions, and issuance of warning letters. In other words, employees were demotivated and had low morale, low self-esteem, and the workforce was characterized by inefficiencies, irregularities, and gross discrepancies, accounting for the unproductive nature of government spending entities. We executed against major objectives: reposition the institution to be more resilient, responsive, and adaptive to civil servants' needs, and streamline several processes to ensure the smooth operation of the public service. In the face of many challenges, we remain steadfast, focused, and very collected as the overarching goal of providing impeccable services to all spending entities of the government of Nigeria informed our actions. The Employee Status Regularization Project. For the year under review, the Employee Status Regularization Project was a cornerstone of the Civil Service Agency's reform initiative to increase efficiency, accountability, and transparency across Nigeria's civil service. The project was instrumental in addressing long-standing payroll discrepancies and operational inefficiencies that have plagued government spending entities for years. A primary objective of the ESRP was to eliminate ghost workers, individuals listed on the payroll despite no longer actively serving in their positions. In this initiative, we identified several systemic issues, such as shared bank accounts and duplicate mobile numbers, suggesting progressive irregularities in payroll practice. The ESRP set the stage for a more financially responsible and efficient civil service by conducting meticulous audits and imposing a moratorium on suspicious accounts. In collaboration with government entities, the ESRP is involved in a comprehensive review and verification of personnel records across the then 103 government institutions, focusing on establishing clear and verifiable employment statuses for each civil servant. This standardization of documentation not only reduces the number of those workers on the payroll and strengthening workforce accountability across the civil service.
He is Civil Service Agency Director General Josiah Jukai. Members of the Senate have debated over the reduction on the fees charges on data and voice calls by GSM companies. The senators' deliberation was triggered by huge public outcry over recent fluctuation in the charges of both data and voice calls. The senators, in separate statement, found the situation as alarming and troubling and need national government immediate investigation. We hope to bring you that episode. Let's go to this development here on the program. Still at the Senate, the Liberian Senate has several officials appointed at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Liberian Drug Enforcement Agency, and the Ministry of National Defense. At the same time, Madam Myean Dennis was also confirmed as Assistant Minister for Administration at the Ministry of National Defense. Let's listen to the Chief Clerk, Madam Genevieve Masakwe.
You always see him, and that's what a definite confirm. Recommendation, the Committee on Foreign Affairs having examined the credentials of a nominee, coupled with his demonstrated ability to respond to inquiries. It is the considered opinion of the committee that Honorable Yolis not be confirmed to the position as mentioned above, signed by majority members of the Committee on Foreign Affairs. Report from the Committee on Defense on the confirmation hearing of Honorable Green Deputy Director for Administration, Designated Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, and examine the credentials of the nominee, coupled with the benefit abilities to respond to inquiries during the hearing. It is the considered opinion of the committee that Honorable Green be confirmed to the position as mentioned above, signed by majority members of the committee. Report from the Committee on Defense on the confirmation hearing of Mr. Sebastian Farr, Deputy Director for Operations Designated Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, Republic of Liberia, having examined the credentials of the nominee, coupled with his demonstrated abilities to respond to inquiries supported by his conduct during the hearing, that Honorable Sebastian Farr be confirmed to the position as mentioned above. On the confirmation hearing of Honorable Marilyn Daniel Dennis, Assistant Minister for Administration Designated Ministry of National Defense, Republic of Liberia. The Committee on Defense, Security, Intelligence, and Veteran Affairs having examined the credentials of the nominee supported by our conduct during the hearing. It is the considered opinion of the committee that Honorable Marilyn Daniel Dennis be confirmed to the position as mentioned above.
Madam President, having listened to a reading of committee report for the confirmation of Liberians nominated to this Liberian Senate by the President, I move, if I can obtain the second, and the confirmation report be endorsed by taking the vote on the record for each senator.
President Pro Tempore and presiding officer, 52 senators voted in favor of the motion, none against, none abstained. Result of total vote of 22 will begin to be unanimous.
That was a highlight from the Liberian Senate. On heard the voice of Deputy Chief Clerk at the Liberian Senate, Madam Genevieve Masakwe, there reading that communication. The Ministry of National Defense has disclosed the construction of a new building that will host the ministry at the Barclay Training Center. Defense Minister retired Major General Geraldine George Johnson, making the disclosure Tuesday, expressed optimism that the facility is expected to host the ministry by this December 20, that's next year, December 2025.
Look forward to a more fruitful year. My prayer is the next time we are lighting a Christmas tree, we will also be dedicating our new building. That is my prayer. And because of this, that is the reason why I have a strong team. DNA, GMO, my backbone. Thank you for the support. You know, most of the time we say that men don't like to follow the lead of a woman, but this is completely different within the Ministry of National Defense. This is completely different. I have my CMA who has a doctorate degree, but he doesn't see his degree and look down on him. We work together. We disagree to agree. And when he comes outside, he says we, he don't say the minister say. GMO, my GMO is not the talking test, but he makes things happen. He said, boss, at first we used to say partner, but then when he came, all of a sudden he changed. Boss, so the first time he said boss, I was like, he said, boss, this has already been completed. Boss, this has already been completed. What do you think about this? You know? Thank you. Thank you, the entire Ministry of National Defense family. Thank you for your support. Thank you for working along with me. Thank you for making the impossible to be possible. Sometimes when we take about the facts, we say, it's so difficult. But with the team around, it makes it so easy. I don't really know how this Christmas tree is standing here or nothing. I was not part of it. But today we are here to light the Christmas tree. So our media, we say thank you for gracing our occasion. And we pray that as you report, not only for the Ministry of National Defense, that you will report transparency And then if something happen, you hear some negative news, please reach out to us and ask us before you report something that will cause a problem to our nation. And I want to wish each and every one of us here a happy holiday and a prosperous, healthy, and welcoming prosperity 2025.
She's retired Major General Geraldine George Johnson. She's Defense Minister there speaking during the lighting of a Christmas tree at the ministry. Well, folks, they are just joining us. This is a reminder that you are in tune to News Desk for the 5 minutes of news for the News and Current Affairs Department here at the Renaissance Communications Incorporated. At this juncture, we now join Naomi Tapia to bring us the Passion of Life Sports. Good evening.
The Sports Writers Association of Liberia has appointed Hassan Kelly as chair of the Sports Writers Association 2024 Awards Committee. Veteran journalist Kelly, who worked for decades as correspondent for the British Broadcasting Corporation and the Caribbean region, is now Director of Media Services at the Liberia Broadcasting System, LBS. Swearing a release said the C Director Kelly's willingness to serve as chair of the Awards Committee as his continuous demonstration of love and commitment to the institution. He is also the chair of the Statutory Planning Committee. Swat added in the release that a 9-man committee is tasked with organizing all aspects of the award, the first of its kind in many years, between now to the 1st of February 2025. Other members of the committee are Peter Kinkwe, co-chair Moses Kazi, Secretary General Ernest McKay, member Oni Rabos, member amongst others. BBC Sport has agreed a deal to share live coverage of the men's FIFA World Cup in 2026 and 2030 with RTVN will broadcast the tournament across TV, audio, and digital platforms. The 2026 World Cup in the United States, Canada, and Mexico will be the biggest yet, with 48 teams playing 104 matches over 39 days, beginning in Mexico City on 11 June and ending in East Waterford, New Jersey in 19 July. The two broadcasters will share the rights equally, splitting matches between them, including a shared funnel, ensuring continued free-to-air coverage of the FIFA World Cup, alongside live TV coverage and highlights across the BBC TV channels and iPlayer. Live audio commentary will be broadcast on BBC Radio 5 Live and 5 Sports Extra. Fans will be able to listen to 5 live coverage on BBC Sounds and follow all the action on the BBC Sport website and app. And finally, Real Madrid and Brazil winger Vinicius Jr. has been named the Men's Player of the Year at the FIFA Best Awards. The 24-year-old and his club boycotted the recent Ballon d'Or ceremony after missing out to Manchester City's Rodri, but he picked up this prize in Doha. Vinicius played a key role in Real's Champions League and La Liga winning campaign in 2023-24, scoring 24 goals and providing 11 assists. Earlier in the ceremony, Barcelona midfielder Atana Domaiti was named the Women's Player of the Year for the second year in a row. This was the first time Vinicius has won the award and capped a happier finish to the season than Ottawa's Ballon d'Or boycott. The Ballon d'Or and FIFA Best Awards are the two most prestigious in football. This was Vinicius' first FIFA prize, with Lionel Messi winning the previous 2 awards and Robert Lewandowski the 2 before that. The award for football from August 2023 to August 2024 was decided by a mix of public vote, one journalist from each country, and a captain and manager of each national team. Each group's vote counted for 25%. Real Madrid were already in for Wednesday's FIFA Intercontinental Cup final against Mexican side Pachuca at Lusail Stadium. Spain's Europe 2024 winning midfield Rodri finished second, to Venetia's fire war. Maria's England player Torgbean was stabbed as FNL's footsteps.
Across Africa, a new era has begun, shifting our focus to a
our news desk, thanks to Homi Tapia for the passion of live sports. Let's bring you more developments on the program. Panic blew up among Liberians Tuesday in Monrovia as a result of what started as a peaceful demonstration in Monrovia. The rally, according to the organizers, was intended to call national government attention to the threats against Liberia's constitution and democracy. Our reporter Kopo Sanga followed the happenings and compiled this report.
The demonstration named started the right Tuesday saw protesters dressed dominantly in white and the banner concerned citizens for the protection of our constitution, democracy, and the rule of law. The rally, according to its organizers, was intended to call government and partners' attention to perceived threats against Liberia's constitution and democracy. What was a peaceful assembly which had in attendance current and former lawmakers and former officials of government dramatically descended bloody as the car marched to the Capitol building. Video footage showed that the clash erupted when demonstrators attempted to forcibly enter the grounds of the Capitol building. The violence then escalated when protesters began to throw stones at the police in retaliation of resisting them. Officers of the Liberian National Police were left with no option but to respond with tear gas as means of dispersing the growing crowd. Several persons were said to have sustained injuries, with no death so far recorded, as others were arrested, including former presidential aide Sekou Kalasco Damaro. The assembly of such, which according to its organizer served as a wake-up call to national government to uphold the rule of law, paints an ugly picture of Liberia to the outside world and has the propensity to scare away potential investors. With almost 11 months in office, today marks the government's first major protest since its ascendancy in January 2024, as it continues to receive pressure from immediate past ruling party, the Congress for Democratic Change, and other opposition figures to address allegations of corruption, poor governance, and gross constitutional breaches. For RCA News, this is Kopo Sangai reporting.
Many thanks to our reporter Kopo Sanga for that report. Let's bring you more developments on the program. Several persons have been made homeless after fire early Tuesday morning gutted a Sarimberan house on Bravo Street. The building, according to reports, was containing over 15 occupants and valued over 50,000 United States dollars. The owner of the building is Reverend Randy Marshall. He's been explaining more to reporters in Monrovia.
4-bedroom house, and attached there are about 3 single bedrooms to the house. We woke up early this morning. Our nephew is in one of the smaller apartments at the entrance, the front of the house, and he came on and we heard him yelling and say, "Fire, fire, the fire is from our place, please, Reverend, you can't pick up and put up the fire." So we came out, tried to help him to see whether we could get water and sand to try to put out the fire, but he had already gone wild. By the time we tried to enter our own place, the whole house was smoke out, and the fire had already entered. There was no way to go into the house again. And so the fire kept on raging. Within 15 to 20 minutes, fire service came, tried to put the fire out. As they were doing it, the water got a little bit weak, so the water could not come with the force. And so they had to send for fire service. The fire service or FPRC came within about less than an hour's time. That's how the whole house, everything got fine, everything. We never took anything from the house. In fact, I came out only with my singlet and my pajamas. There was one neighbor that gave me this t-shirt and trousers to wear. We about, let's say about 9 in the house. Then the 3 apartments, they have their own family members then living there. Let's say roughly about 15 persons. If I would give a property estimation, maybe it would be somewhere around maybe about $50,000. And then the house, yes, everything that got damaged. I'm starting life all over again. Nothing I took. So that's it. I'm praying to God. We'll find a way. I mean, once there's a left, there will be hope. So we'll find somewhere to spike tonight.
He is the owner of the Seven-Barrel house that caught by fire and burned to ashes on Barber Street. His Reverend Randy Marshall, who is also the senior pastor of the Ebenezer United Methodist Church on Lynch Street, there in conversation with reporters in Monrovia. A pro-female organization, Book Before Boys, has donated large quantity of sanitary pads and cartons of comic books to students of C. Williams Bronskin Elementary School on Front Street in Monrovia. Speaking during the presentation ceremony, the country director of the Book Before Boys, Mustafa Sherman, said the presentation of the sanitary pads and books is the institution way of celebrating the organization's 15th anniversary.
This year we celebrate our anniversary in different forms. So this year, we as executive, our members, and our executive officer, the board director, we decided to identify with one of our partner schools, which is Bronskin, right in our district and right around our office. So today, we are so happy to brought 2 cartoons of copy book and sanitary pad. No, our sanitary pad is very crucial for a female, so we decided to come to do this donation. The Bible says little is much, but God is in it. This is the first time, and we're coming maybe next anniversary will be more bigger. So, for on behalf our members, our volunteers, the board director, our CEO, Madam Alicia Saya Momo, we decided to come and do the gesture. This school is one of the historical schools in Liberia. If any good intellectual or politician, they say, I've attended Bronskin and CDB King. So this school is a great school. So we decided to identify with this school. And the great things and the legacy of this school should remain. So little is much when God is in it. So Madam Principal, the VP, and the student body, so we come here to do the mini donation to the institution.
He is the country director of Book Before Boys. He's Mustafa Sherman there donating sanitary pads and copy books to the C. Williams Bronskin Elementary School on Front Street. Receiving the items, the principal of the C. Williams Bronskin, Sherry Matthews, thanked the Book Before Boys for the donation and assured the organization that the items will be used for the intended purpose.
To see an NGO coming to the students to do such thing. So we are all on this morning. We are so happy. As he said, this school is of very historical school. This school was founded in 1968. And this school has produced so many great people in this nation. For our past president, George Manuel, we are came from this school. There's so many people involved came from this school. And when you see us celebrating our talent anniversary, you see great people coming. You don't even believe that you people attend this school. And so the school is a great school. So I'm so happy for you people to think about us and to come and identify with us. We are very, very happy. And these artists will be used for the main purpose of which we brought them. We give them to our students. You people will be here, we will just for you, and you will see us giving it to them. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Madam Shirley Matthews is the principal of the C. Williams Bronskin Elementary School on Front Street. Speaking, thanking the organization that's Book Before Boys administration for the donation of senatorial pass and copybooks to the institution. Earlier on, we heard the voice of Mustafa Sherman. He is the country director of the institution. Now, to this development, EcoBank Liberia has kicked off a tree fair in Monrovia. The event is celebrated by EcoBank every year from December 17 to the 21st in Liberia. Let's get a highlight from the initiative. We sincerely apologize for the disruption in the episode, but as I will go home on today's edition of the program News Desk. But as we take leave of you, a recap of our major developments. One of the commissioners of the Independent National Commission on Human Rights, Anthony Mohamed Famule, received his freedom, cleared of allegations of sexual assault and harassment. The leadership of the Liberian Senate vows to set up a specialized committee to investigate the infiltration or inflow in the usage of data and voice calls, debates over reduction of the fees, presidential aid to former President George Myean, Sekou Carrasco Damaro, and others spent their first night at the Monrovia City Prison in connection to the Tuesday protest, as Police Inspector General Colonel Gregor Common discloses the arrest of 70 individuals who are currently under investigation. And away from Liberia, the West African Regional Black ECOWAS approves the withdrawal of 3 countries ruled by military, but offered a 6-month grace period for them to reconsider it. We'd love to say many thanks to our writers, contributors, correspondents for making today's edition of the program a success. Thanks to Untitled Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited for their sponsorship. Edwin Battaforyen was here with the news bulletin. Naomi Tapia featured in the Passion of Life Sports. Kobo Sanga Sarah controlled and produced our sound. Myean Torgbean, as usual, was behind the camera. My name is Johnson Gbarntolmah. I represented
Ria TV, True FM.
Say Ria TV, True FM.
On Ria TV,
into Truth FM 96.1.
What's the meaning of the black barrier?
The black barrier is to tell Joseph Bakala, if you don't organize yourself in a respectful manner, we'll take your data Liberia.
You might say what you want to say, but for us, we are here to make sure we build our country, that we are respected. We have donors that are coming because of the confidence.
Some news summary of 12. My name is Hansen the Represent.
Welcome to News and Analysis, 30 minutes of news presentation about Liberia, Africa, and our one world.
Presenting this newscast is proudly sponsored by Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited.
How is life after the presidency?
But before the presidency, the same life, that's what you see. I live a different life. You know, when I was not president, this life, that's what I live, you know, with my family and
I have a lot of interest in the health sector, the educational sector, and the agriculture sector. Roads, connecting roads in this country.
Yeah, we are calling international community to come to intervene for us because, like I just stated previously, we don't know who to trust.
Always make sure to turn on to our
Ria TV and listening to Truth FM 96.1.